Hey everybody, clearing. All right, so today we are going to dive into a Divine Masculine check-in and see, some cards just fell on the floor, but we're gonna just see, okay, first off, the suspense. I opened some sessions this week, so if you would like a session, links in the in the description below for my website. I do have spots available ASAP, so get those if you'd like them. Okay, so masculines, let's get into what they haven't said about their true feelings. So not their actions and that sort of thing. We're going to look at the feelings, said and unsaid, unsaid feelings, and then the shadow aspect of that and the hope and what they would say about it all. And then I'm also going to get an emotional card for the feminines to see how the feminines can work with what the masculines are saying here. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. I'm laughing because if you saw yesterday's reading, it's all about divine timing for the new beginning, and we have the Fool and divine intervention right there. So yeah, the first message is the masculines are very much getting their instruction from higher guidance, not so much from the strategies of the world or even the naysayers or friends and family, co-workers, all that anymore. Well, let's see. So what are the masculines aching to say to the feminines? I don't know why I said it that way, because it's not exactly how I feel it. But what is the shadow for the masculines with the unsaid business? And what is the resilient hope in what they haven't shared? Gonna shuffle two more decks after this. So there's the hope. Oh yeah, that. What would they say to their feminine about what we'll see here? And how can the divine feminines continue to process what we'll see here each step of the way? All right, so conscious mind about the connections. What are the feelings left unsaid? That they're just open to see where it will go, that they are not in an entrenched energy anymore. So if they were very religiously adhering to obstacles that they have said were a factor, all of that kind of thing, they have an open mind now. This is like my yoga beginner's eyes. They're curious, they're open, they're here to see what will be, come what may. What is the shadow of that? The Hermit, Magus of the voice of light, that they are getting their instruction from light, from consciousness, from higher in this hermit mode, and that it just keeps telling them, go forward. That's the only instruction they're getting, is begin, continue, embark, journey. What is the hope in that? The Lovers. So this is a very harmonious, peaceful way of living life, because we're not afraid that something bad is going to happen. This is the energy of looking positively forward and trusting. What would they say to the feminines about that? I'm addicted to you. So yeah, you can see that that level of intense focus on somebody or the connection could be very unnerving, especially if we're not sure that it's a good thing. It looks like the masculines are surrendering into this being inescapable, but why would we want to, is what I heard. What do the feminines need to know about this? Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So just know that your masculine has also had this really intense awakening, this roller coaster of events, opportunities, circumstances in your connection that has caused them to crack open in ways they never knew were possible, to drop their fear, to come into more safety, because they just can't quit it. They cannot quit your connection. They may feel like they're a bit addicted to you. Maybe they have tried. I'm sure many, if not all of the masculines have tried to see if they could let this be. This is very much saying that's not happening. What you resist persists, especially when it's for you. Okay, what are they feeling about you that they haven't said? Well, that whole what resists persists, what we resist persists. This is a card of resistance. So in the inverse, they're dropping the resistance to you while admitting that they are hopelessly in love, I just heard. They didn't see it like that before. They thought it was a trap, a trick. They thought it was the universe playing games with them. Maybe they even thought you or their own minds. But now they're dropping that resistance. What is the shadow of that? Knight of Swords, Lord of the Winds and Breezes. They're dropping the resistance, which means that they're going to have to be more present to what is without clinging to the future, without needing to know what will happen. The Knight of Swords isn't like a definitive final answer. It's chatter. It's communication in the moment. It is accepting what can be, what is. And so they're dropping their guard about what's possible in the moment. They're not holding out for the all or nothing. In some ways, they've dropped a little bit of their wall about how the big plan's going to play out here. And so you might get a little bit more frequent communication, Divine Feminines. Or this could be communication coming back in for the first time in a while. Yeah, what is the hope in this? Wheel of Fortune, yeah. That when we drop resistance, we're not giving the universe a message of dissatisfaction with it all. We're saying, okay, I'm coming around. I can assimilate a little bit in divine timing. So there's more of a trust in the grand plan. What would they say to you, feminines? Okay, so it's not just about the intimacy. They now know they are connected with your soul. So they thought that it was purely sensual at first, but now they're realizing it is far deeper than that. It goes to this spiritual level of becoming, of seeing the universe and their whole reality in such a different way than they used to. You've changed their lives, feminines. Masculines, it's beautiful. And freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So feminines, your masculine is coming into, knowing that they hold the keys to their freedom, that you haven't been a trap, but you also may have thought that you were bound to this connection. You don't have to, look at it through those lower vibrational lenses that say this person is tricking you either. So this is the freedom coming into the connections about each other. And your masculine is also realizing you're not playing games. The universe conspires to align these connections. And if counterparts aren't savvy and aware, they will think the other person is doing things intentionally to run the show. But it's really divine guidance, divine timing, alignment. And so, yeah, both are beginning to see the freedom in knowing that the universe has aligned you, that it isn't the other one playing tricks. So that's pretty beautiful. Masculines are dropping their guard and being, that skepticism against the feminine. The pedestals are falling, I just heard. What can we see for the heart space about the whole connection? Yeah, masculines are putting down the burden. They're putting down the weight of the world about these connections. That means that they're forgiving themselves and feeling worthy of this love. What is the shadow about the burdens? Three of Wands, Lord of established strength. So they may have thought they needed to come across calm, cool, collected in the physical. And that was a huge burden for them because they wanted to look like your match in a chess playing, strategical kind of warfare. They wanted to be your equal and appear as though, poker face, stoic, that they had it figured out until they could assess the situation further. And now this is causing to disarm them. What is the hope in this? Seven of Wands, that it's a soul level bravery. It's not so much about analyzing it and having a strategy. It's more, wow, this is really happening. Wow, I'm really blessed. Wow, this is magnificent. And the bravery to accept that hero's journey rather than, you know, a war hero kind of thing. What would they say to the feminines? I'm obsessed with your body. We literally got all the devil cards here, back to back to back. So their passion, their attraction, their delight that you are exactly what the universe ordered. You're the cure-all. You're the snake oil. Feminines are the snake oil. What do you need to know about how much your feminine is so, or your masculine is so tempted by you? Abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So the fact that they are so drawn to you, feminines, is a proof that you are their abundance. They are your abundance. This is next level. This is limitless potential. These connections have so much pull because they are so eternal. They're so magnificent, magnetic. The potential that's felt by both transcends the mundane. We'll just say that. Masculines are coming on to the awareness of that at a soul level. They're stopping the resistance that this is bad, and they are beginning to see it's actually something that they've wished for and manifested on a whole new level. I know we keep getting that message every few months, but they are really undeniably feeling that now. What is on the heart space for their feminine? Yes, awakening. So they are waking up to this connection on a soul level where it's a treat, a treat, a blessing, not a curse. What is the shadow of this awakening? Four of Cups, Lord of Blended Pleasure. Is it too little, too late? This is about coming back around. Four of Cups is Lord of Blended Pleasure. In the past, they weren't able to have that alchemical melding with you because they thought that this was too good to be true. And now that they can see that this has been aligned all along for specific lessons and deepening, but also the joys that were there right from the moment of high frequency mating each other that blipped you into this new reality, and then now you've had to integrate it. So these masculines now know what they didn't know before, and they now see that they could have a second chance, but they do still have to keep overcoming their pride in order to continue to come forward and stay the course in these connections. What is the hope here? Yeah, that they will abandon their abandonment wounds and finally say, no, that's not my fate in life, and that they won't abandon you. They feel like they've been so off-putting that you may never forgive them, feminines. There's a feminine on this card, in that sort of thing. But I'm getting that, masculines, I want to say, when feminines have this sort of femme fatale, dire sort of response, they're in ego. Because when we're whole and balanced, we let others be who, what, where, when, why they are, and we don't try and control them. This is a form of control when feminine energy, makes it sound like you've ruined their life or they're never going to love again. That's very karmic. And as hard as that is to admit, your feminine, your true aligned divine feminine isn't that way. You may have been looking for that in the past to see that they're just wrecked and heartbroken because you've wanted them to, prove they've loved you as much as you felt this pull to them that's so intense. But on the deepest knowing, masculines, you've known that wasn't the way to go about it, and that this feminine actually isn't going to disintegrate into that way. They're just going to keep holding their high frequency and waiting for you to meet them in the physical that way with them. Not all is lost, masculines. What would the masculines say? Do you think about me too? Of course they do, masculines. But yeah, feminines, they're wondering if you think about them as much as you do. I've actually had that thought a few times recently about, thinking about each other at the same time and just affirming energetically that, yes, hey, yeah, I think about you that much too. And advice for feminines: peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So you have to drop the resistance to, feminines. This is on the heart of hearts. Just come into the peace. It's not by chance. Anything that's happened, whether it's karmic, twin flame, soulmate, aligned one, divine counterpart. I don't really care about the terms. If you are learning about love and you're learning how to receive feminines, that's all of it. And masculines, if you're coming into the awareness of your manifestations and your abundance, your higher timelines, that's all of it too. What can we see on the wishes department? Tact, timing, grace. Masculines want to have a roundtable chat with their feminine. They want to see what the truth is. They want to compare notes. They want to really talk about the journey and how it's made everybody feel, but from a celebration standpoint, not a karmic standpoint that's trying to get closure or something from the other one that they don't have within themselves. The masculines have learned a thing or two. They know you have as well, divine feminines, and they want to just talk about this marvelous journey. What is the shadow of that? Lord of abandoned success. That, yeah, there have been things that haven't worked in the past, that they are nervous to have that conversation because they don't want to be rejected, but they actually do know that this is different and that they just want to sort out the big picture of life. And it's not about hashing out things that happened in your connection. It's about seeing the contrast of karmic things. They may not know what karmic relationships are. They might want to just affirm that this connection has got success written into its DNA, I just heard. And so they just want to talk from that vantage point. The shadow is that they have gotten it wrong in the past. They have been clumsy. So have the divine feminines. So yeah, it's just about what to focus on and what not to, but mostly what can be let go. It's like a consensus where the masculines want to just sort out what you both can like just vote off planet Earth at this point. What can we see for the hope here? King of Swords. Wow. So they kind of want to hear you out in a way they never were receptive to before when they were in resistance. They might not want to tell you what they're thinking right away. Surprise, surprise. But they do have an open mind. We saw that curiosity to begin with. So this is them wanting to take in certain aspects. If it's not this femme fatale kind of hopeless, helpless energy that the feminines have, the masculines want to know, what is it then? What is the energy? How do you keep in your high frequencies, divine feminine? So there's some homework. So this does feel like there will be some sort of exchange between counterparts where the masculines are curious about how you've been able to hold your vibe. And what would they say? You are so very special in that light. You're always the sunshine. Look at that yellow. So yeah, it's like you've got a golden halo, feminines. Hilarious. I did not plan that. But yeah, masculines see you as enlightened, as sunshiny in the face of adversity. What can we see for advice for the feminines? I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Yeah, so you may not feel it in all ways, but your masculine sees that potential in you. So it's time to start looking at how you are someone like that. How you do have that eternal wellspring of hope in you, and belief and faith and trust. What are the masculines' actions at this time? Keeping an open mind. They're actively approaching life with beginner's eyes, open mind, curiosity, wanting to see what's really there, not what they're fabricating, not the resistance anymore. What is the shadow of that? Two of Cups, Lord of Love in the inverse, that they haven't been ready for love in the past, that they're now really embarking on true love's journey. True love's kiss. Oh, I just heard true love's kiss. So feminines, oh, your masculine wants to plant one on you and show you how they feel. They're looking for an opportunity to mooch you, feminines. Oh, what is the hope in that? The moon could happen under the moon, in the night. It could happen at night. They're wondering if it will. There's something they're envisioning at night This is the secret, that they want to connect with you in a mutual energy, and true love's kiss is something that they want to show you. Oh, be still my beating heart. Okay, what would they say? I'm in so much pain. So instead of, being in so much pain and acting out on that, they're now taking full accountability for the pain that they have had. And that means healing. That means the separation is more painful than coming closer together, is what I just heard. And feminines, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So don't judge and condemn and be critical about the way your masculine has gone about it. If this is a truly aligned connection, be savvy too, because not everybody who's watching this is going to have a divine masculine who's in this energy. Don't make it fit if it's not. Do take instruction from this beautiful, sacred, sovereign honoring, but don't make it fit if it's not your story. But bring that harmony. If something rocks you, feminines, pay attention. What is imbalanced? Is it coming from you? Is it something in your reality that you've outgrown, that you don't have time for anymore? Set that bell tone within you. And if your masculine has not rocked your balance, because you just do have a genuine sense of peace and balance and love when you connect in with what's happened in your connection and all of that, stay with it, feminines. Even if it doesn't look like that on the surface, you'll know if you're reaching too far for it and it's causing mania or stress or self-worth issues. If it's adding more insult to injury than freedom and joy to be connected with this person, it's not for you. Let it go. Or if you're trying to control it and you're throwing yourself into control freak antics, stop it. Bring yourself back to balance. But your masculine wants to, come in. If this is truly your person, they want this as much as you. As much as you, feminines. What can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines? Deepening the passion. This is player card, hot and cold, ghosting, in and out. They want to go beyond that. That's the challenge. What's the shadow of that? Princess of Wands. So the challenge, the shadow, is that they have to go to higher guidance more than they have in the past. Instead of impulse or instinct, they need to drop into asking. What is the hope union? Four of Wands, really understanding what that would feel like. So masculine's a little bit of a advice here is that if you want to go beyond the fickle, hot and cold, you really have to ask for guidance on what that would feel and look like. What would that mean for you? What would that be? Truly, not your fear talking and trying to look non-attached or whatever, because you're allowed to deeply desire monogamy with this person. You don't have to feign safety by saying that you have room for others in this connection. That's too cool for school. We don't need to pretend there, masculines. Anchor in the safety that says, I believe I'm worthy of being chosen fully by this feminine and not hurting myself or my feminine in this process, and really feel into what that would actually be like. Pray, meditate, allow that to come in. Be more selfish. So yeah, masculines, this is in keeping. You're being asked to be more selfish. You don't have to share your feminine. You don't have to have fail safes in the connection. You don't have to tell yourself and gaslight yourself that your feminine doesn't love you enough to XYZ. You can know that this divine feminine, if this is truly your aligned one, they have room in their heart for that and more. And they are a perfect match for you, divinely aligned, divinely created to click with you in every single way. You can be as selfish as you want with this feminine, because that means you're going to get the most deep fulfillment. And that this person who is for you, you can't say and do the wrong thing with the right person. Beautiful message. What can we see for the feminines here? Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is another level of really sorting through the things that you're compromising unnecessarily with, feminines, or telling yourself those pretentious mask-wearing illusions about what you'd be willing to put up with or not. You need to be trusting that if this isn't your 1,000 boxes checked person, that it's not time yet, or it's not your person. So keep trusting, keep designing that manifestation list, keep, waiting for that to arrive. You don't have to put up with huge elephants in the room or tell yourself or gaslight yourself that you should be more accommodating to things that aren't quite for you. You don't have to do that. It's better to be alone than that, feminines. So just keep working on letting all the fears go, everybody. What is the solution to the challenge of not knowing how to deepen these things? Overcoming those devil energies and not settling. What is the shadow in that? Knight of Pentacles, the Lord of wild and fertile land. I heard sowing the wild oats, but the devil would say you've got to keep your options open, masculines, and this is basically saying you can go into uncharted territory and you can waltz right through all that temptation and straight to gold here as the King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles always gets to their goal, and when you're overcoming the devil energies, there's no temptation. It's funny because this is so Garden of Eden and the apple. I sometimes call this my Garden of Eden card, and with the devil here, it's like, what did I just tell you? So yeah, masculines, keep going forward, trusting that the way will be shown to you. What is the hope here? The truth. What did I just tell you? So yes, masculines, you're getting your crown of glory for overcoming temptation, limitation, fear, all of it. Time to ground yourself, feminines. They would say, ready or not. Time to ground yourself. I would say these hunters are on the trail, feminines. What would the advice be? Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Yeah, so beautiful. So feminines, love yourself and treat others how you would desire to be treated. Don't settle. Don't settle. What is the direction in the near future? Prosperity and growth. So masculines are preparing the way in the physical, emotionally, mentally. They are looking at what they would need to bring in, what that union would be like. They're preparing. They're already doing the things behind the scenes that will allow for this. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles, this prosperous new beginning. Lord of the root of the powers of earth. And so they're really diving deep into this strategy, into this meditation to understand what the constituents of this success will be. What is the hope here? Wow, the Six of Pentacles, that you're doing the same thing, that you're preparing for this new beginning, that you're ready, that the pull, the magnetic pull, the timing, that divine timing that they feel they're in flow with, that you're also on that escalator to love. I just what would they say? I just dream and wish for everything. Oh, and the fourth, I just want to get you drunk in the inverse. So there's that devil energy. We had so many of those lusty energies being overcome, and the masculines not fearing this is too good to be true in every single way. You check all their boxes, feminines, and they want it all with you. They're realizing they can, that's why you've shown up, because you are the one they can have that with. Yes. What's the advice for the feminines? Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So don't use your creativity to hurt yourself, feminines. I'm just staring at, I want to start a family with you. And Blue Star of Hope, Ascension, Surrender, Purification. Okay, yeah, everybody. These connections continue to go towards the real thing. Coming into the physical. These are the things that need to be sorted so it's not pretend when it comes in, so that it's not just as long as we can keep ourselves on best behavior. No, this is authentic. All right, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.